Sun Cow and the Thief, a solstice story from India. Back at the beginning, the village was like a hinged box with many sides. A lonely man stood on the outside looking in. Through the cracks, he could see brightly colored crisscross lines everywhere. People walked to and fro along the lines, carving shapes and painting shimmering colors as they went. The man saw an order so neat and easy it seemed he should have been able to slide right in, the very blood in his body singing. But something was wrong with him, with the way things were. He could not get in. It was as if the village had no doors, only cracks. He could only look, never touch. He would always be on the outside looking in. Round the edges of the box the sun cow walked. Round and round its perfect sides she walked, milking out her light in the day, filling the village box with color and warmth. At night she chewed her cud, her black sides giving quiet warmth, but no light. The man stood between Sun Cow and the village. The only warmth the man could touch was Sun Cow herself. Whenever those inside the village looked out, they saw only their Sun Cow, that lovely black heat, that night chewer, the day maker. They smacked at their lips with the cream of it, but they did not say, "Oh, look at that nice man standing outside looking in. Look how silly that he stands alone at the edge when we could make a place for him in our carvings of shapes and colors. Come, sir, you are welcome." No, they didn't say that. They didn't even see him. And so the man waited for Sun Cow every day, waited for her to pass him by. He smelled her musky flanks, saw her soft eyes, and touched her velvet hot muzzle. By some mysterious pressure, her light honey milk poured out from her udder. The man could feel the pressure of his own sadness inside him. All at once, one day, the man decided to take the Sun Cow for himself. When all the pretty village people could not have her anymore, then finally everything might be fair. So he waited for her, not even bothering to hide. The village people could not see him after all, and she had walked sweetly near him, nonchalant every day of his life. The day he stole Sun Cow, he simply tossed a noose over her head and pulled her away. Over the edge of the world, away from the box, away from all the can't get in, away alone to the edge. The lights and colors in the village plunged into darkness. Without Sun Cow's milk, there was only night. The people could not see. Babies cried, unfound and unfed by their mothers. No one knew when to wake up, when to work. All the order lay like unswept wood scraps in a dark room. The tiny lines were lumped and smudged. The colors disappeared. Where had their Sun Cow gone? What had become of her? They waited in sorrow and fear. The thief was having his own problems. At the beginning, he luxuriated in the warmth of Sun Cow's solidity, in her rhythmical, grassy breath. But away from her circling walk around the little box world, away from her habits, no light came from her. And because she would not let him milk her, it was night for him too. No one else had her, but he didn't have her either. When the thief in desperation tried to set beneath her a pail and squeeze the teats, she kicked the pail away with such certain force that he feared she would kick him too, if he persisted. She was only trying to save his life, of course, for just think what would happen to a single person who tried to milk the sun. The thief held his head in his hands. For ever so long he sat, hoping for her light again, longing for a sign that he might milk her. Finally he knew he could not keep her any more. He leaned against her for goodbye, for a final giving in to going back to the endless looking and never having. He slipped the noose from its stake over her head, from over her head, and set the Sun Cow free. But she did not return to her circling walk around the village. Instead, she leapt up high, joyously high, up over the moon. And now she walks not just around one village, but in a vast sky circle around all the villages, around the circle of the whole world, so that no one now need simply look in without being part or without being seen. Everywhere there are doors, carved intersections, lines crisscrossing that can be walked in and about, shivering and shining with color. Everywhere there is light.